I'm now going to show you how to create a blog post and insert an image into the blog post. It's worth noting that as part of your Google account setup, you have created a Google Plus account, which is a social network, and Google have a Picasa website, which is a photo sharing website. Now, when you upload images to your Blogger site, they are automatically shared on your Google Plus Pictures and your Picasa photo sharing account. So if you do not want those images to be made public on your Google Plus account or your Picasa photo sharing account, you need to go into those individual accounts and change the privacy settings so that nobody else can see it. Anyway, and really the worst case scenario is that some people see some pictures that you've put onto your website in other locations. So it's just, you're publishing it on the internet anyway, so it's just being shared in 3 or 4 places rather than just the one that you thought was that one was in place. So now make sure, go ahead and over and click the blog overview page on the left hand side. Now what I want you to do is to click on the orange new post button, and we're going to create a new blog post. A new blog post will now be created to insert your first image. So enter a relevant title for the blog post and then click on the main content area. So in this one I'm going to write my first picture post and then click on the main content area. Now in the blog editor, which is this area here, it's got all of these tools, there's an icon that looks like a small picture, and this will allow us to insert an image. So we're going to click on that image icon, and an image uploader box will pop up giving us the opportunity to upload an image from a variety of sources. It's worth noting here that PNG files work best for Blogger sites without losing significant image quality. So if you're going to upload a picture to your Blogger site, make sure it's in the PNG format rather than JPEG or anything like that, because it won't lose as much quality and it'll look better on the internet. So you're going to pick one from your computer, so you're going to click Browse. So I think I'm going to look through some of my files and going to look at some of my images here for another course, and this is an advert that I made. So I'm going to click Open and wait for that to upload, and I'm going to make sure this is got the thick blue line around it, which means it's selected, and then I can then click this blue button at the bottom that says Add Selected. And there it is inserted into the blog post. So you can now manipulate some of the image settings. So click on the image and you'll see a pale blue bar will pop up with a range of options that include changing the size, extra large or small, and you can have a play with those to make sure that you're happy with what it does. We're going to go back to large. And you can also change to see if it goes to the left hand side of the post, in the center, or to the right. So we're going to just put that back in the center. Now what we want to do is to preview that to see what it looks like on the website. So there you can see it's got my post title and my image has now been inserted there. And as we change that, say, to the left, we can preview it again. And you can see it's moved over to the left-hand side of the post, or we can close it. We can change it, move it over to the right, again, preview, see what happens there, and it's moved over to the right-hand side. Now, you can keep playing with these settings until you are happy with the way it looks for your particular post. So now we're going to manipulate some of the image settings. What I want you to do is to hit return a couple of times so the cursor is down there. I'm now going to add in another image because there's something I want to show you, and it's very important. It's a very important thing we've got to learn for later on. Let's have a look. What sort of images have we got? Let's go with that orange striped tie. So again, I click on it, make sure it's got a thick blue line around it. I'm going to add selected, and you can see that it's now been inserted underneath the original image. Now you see I can click in between there with the cursor and hit the enter button or backspace and delete it up and down, and we can just quickly preview that to see what it looks like on the site. And there it is on the website. You can see there's the tie and there's the picture of my ugly face just above it. So what I want to show you now is something that's very important about linking and unlinking. If, as it stands, the automatic setting for images that are uploaded is that when people visit your website, so when they come along and visit your website, they will be able to click on your image and the image will come up in a pop-up window. Now we don't always want to do that, so the top image we're just going to leave exactly as it is, but the image underneath, I've just clicked that, and up in the editor bar it says link. I'm going to click that link. That means that there is now nothing will happen when that image is clicked. So I'm now going to click publish, and I'll show you what I mean. Again, I don't want that sharing on Google+. So I've been brought back to the post overview page, and I'm going to go up to the top and click view blog. Now you will see I've got my two images. If I hover my cursor over the top image, you can see there's a change. It goes from an arrow to the finger, which means I can click on it and it comes up in its own pop-up window. So that's good if people want to see photos, but I don't always want that to happen. So the process I've just done, I've now hovered, there's no change, and I'm clicking that as much as I can and nothing is happening because I've just gone through that process of unlinking it. So there we go. That is how you upload images to your blog posts.